Hello and welcome to Toto TCG. You are here with me, Matthew, and we are back here with another Pokemon related video on the channel. And in today's video we're going to be setting aside our cards for the moment, the TCG just a little bit over to the side, because we've got something that I've been hunting for, and I mean looking everywhere, to try and finish off my collection almost to a certain point, and then they keep revealing more waves. So, we might remember during Christmas we had a bit of a calendar and we were opening some lovely Select figures as well. You know, we're talking Raikou, Suicune, and that type of thing. They were all sort of present. Tyranitar, Mewtwo, all of them. We were opening all of them. And they were from more recent waves. Well, I actually missed one from a previous wave, or series should I say. I couldn't find it anywhere. And then I managed to find it and I thought, yes, we are snatching that one up because I need it. What are we talking about? Well, here we go. We have got an ominous shadow coming down to reveal Typhlosion. Yeah, a bit random, I know, but Typhlosion nevertheless. This series, or wave, or however you want to describe it, was very, very difficult to come by. Very hard to sort of source and find them all. Now what I mean by that is, you'll notice on the back here, we've got Charizard. Now we know we've got Charizard because we've seen it in previous videos. We had it during the opening for our lovely Obsidian Flames. You can see we also have another fire type with Typhlosion, which we have now. We've got Samurott, and of course we have got Dragapult as well. Now, got these two. Yeah, brilliant. This one, not too bad. Managed to find it. Not anywhere local. I had to just buy it online, but we managed to find that one. This one took a little bit of time. Very, very lucky that I managed to... I was just looking one day, searched it, there it was. Pretty decent price, got it. So we got those two. This one, every time I've searched for it, it's out of stock, out of stock, out of stock. Nowhere online you could find it. Nowhere, nowhere, nowhere. All of a sudden, ping, found it. We've got to get it. We've got to get it, and that's exactly what we've got right here. It was listed, I believe, on some of the the UK sites. I think Smith's had it on there, and then it just disappeared. It just disappeared. Never came in stock, just disappeared. Alas, we have Typhlosion. Now, I was expecting them because these were coming out sort of very similar the time of Arceus and that sort of thing, with like the Samurott and the Typhlosion being revealed. I was thinking, Decidueye? You know, Decidueye would be pretty cool. No Decidueye so far. Now, they have revealed the next series of these. We're going to get 3 new figures for them. I'm not going to spoil what they are. Hopefully, we'll get all of those. And if you guys obviously are enjoying this, then we will be continuing to open these and pose them up, because it's quite funny trying to think of some poses. Regardless of me chatting away, we'll also have a comparison at the end of all 3 from this series as well. Not the Charizard, because Charizard is featured on everything. So, without further ado, let's get into this. I believe it's a cut down here, then a cut into here, and then another cut down here. There we go, boom. And we're good to go right there. So let's fold that there, lift that up a little bit, fold those, fold them, and then let's fold this out. So what have we got here? We've got our base, and how many pieces of this? We've got 2 pieces, okay. So it might be one that goes into his back, but we will see. Let's bring the whole thing out. There we go. Box off to the side. This is the regular thing. Let's get rid of the tape here. That will release our little plastic tab holding him in place. Go. Plastic tab, pull that through, and there he is. Boom. Typhlosion. Finally! Finally we have him. Finally. Now, I actually believe that you can take this this fin off, but we will check in a second, because it's obviously a lot of people might be looking at that and thinking that's quite spiky. Already, I can tell you, look at that. We got some flexible bits. It's not as pokey, it's lovely and movable. Flexible, lovely bit of plastic, and obviously it is removable as well, in case you didn't want him on fire. So, let's see, how is this in? Is it just that one here? Just looks like it's this one. Well, let's cut this away then, if we can. We're getting somewhere. We're getting somewhere, promise. There we go. Boom. Okay. Little plastic bit holding him in place there, and he should... I think that is the only thing. It should just come out. Come on, you've got to come and join the rest of them. Oh, there we go. We got him. We got him. Oh, his things come off. Okay, so it is easily peggable and unpeggable. That's good. Right, okay, well there he is out of the package. Let's have a little look at him then. So we've got, wait, look at this, we've got a little toe articulation, that's cool. A little bit of rotation here. Is there any movement? Is that on a ball joint or anything? No, but the legs are quite movable, so we could even get him to sit down if we didn't want him to stand up. His arms are on a ball joint, little hinge there with a slight ball joint, and then the arms are on a rotation. Doesn't look as if the hand... Oh, okay, hold on. Let's have a look. No, it doesn't look as if they really rotate or want to, but they have got that flex as well in them, which is pretty cool. What I think the thing that puts a lot of people off is the amount of the little bits here. So you can see the lines here, but pretty much that allows for the articulation of this, which is always quite nice. A lot of people are very much liking a bit of articulation, but it also allows you to do the twisting. Now the only problem is, that is really weird. It's all like, it's not wet paint, it's just like really, oh, that's weird. Huh. You might have seen that, it looks a bit like moisture, but you can see a difference in the gradient here. So this is more like a hard plastic, this is the rubbery plastic, because these bits are fairly pointy, to be fair. They're quite sharp, but then these bits up here, they are a little bit more less. Look at this, you can take off the fire. You could put this around something else. That almost looks like a nice headpiece, but no, Typhlosion wears that around his neck with pride, if you can peg it in. There we go. There we go. Peg that in right there. And he's ready to go. So you can take that out if you want to. I'm guessing he's got mouth articulation. Of course he does. A little bit, just a little bit of mouth articulation. Not massive. You can push it a little bit, but it's not going to like hold where you push it. It's more just sort of like a little bit of an open mouth, which is quite nice for any dynamic poses you're looking to do with him. I'm trying to see how all of the lines sort of add up to sort of give him a little bit of a pose, because it's quite nice to sort of keep it all uniform on both sides so it looks quite symmetrical. But it does look like one of those figures that you just want to sort of like, you know, have him leaning forward a little bit. You know, you want him to sort of like lean a bit more so he could sort of look a bit more forward and then look as if he's like breathing fire. This is the posing part, by the way. If you've, I'm not just talking to myself. Well, I am talking to myself, but you know what I mean. We can sort of have him in a bit of a sumo pose. We could lean him forward a little bit so he's looking a bit cool, but we have got that peg right here. So it'd be interesting to see what the peg does for us, because sometimes this opens up some options, but also if this is in the base, oh, it's the other way. If this is in the base, then we're looking to have that in his back. I'm going to rotate this bit so that goes into his back there. And then we want him to stand, of course. How is that going to go in? Is it that way? Is it that? Yeah, it looks like it. If I give it a bit more force, it should go in. There we go. Okay, so we can have him flying if we really wanted to. You can lift it up a little bit more. So you could really get him flying, and then he starts wobbling a little bit, but he is, to be honest, they are fairly secure. The only thing is, obviously, if you are going to move it like this, is just to double check and give these a bit of a squeeze. It just keeps the little connections together quite nicely, and obviously you've got the little ratchets in there almost, so that keeps them sort of nice and tight, so it won't allow it to fall over or snap or anything. Yeah, probably best not to keep him in that pose, only because probably best to try and get him as close to the ground as possible. Now the only problem oh well, that works. So we can have him sort of posed like that. Looks a bit menacing, but I don't know. What do you guys think? Do you think that's quite normal? I mean, if I look on the box here, let's see what we've got for the well, they are pretty, like, normal. Let's have a little look on the box. This one, he's more, like, hunched over. His arms are sort of just flat down, and then his head is sort of curved over right there. And then this one, he's sort of, like, leaning over. The fire's there, no sort of thing. So you could have him... These have got to be a bit more down. And then this has got to be closed and then more lent down, so you can just about barely see. So you could do that if you wanted something. The thing is, when you look at it like this, doesn't that just look like Cyndaquil? Go with me here, it just looks like Cyndaquil. Until you turn it there and you're like, oh, that's the evolution. It looks quite Cyndaquil-ish right there. It's got the chunkiness of the body, it's got the snout. That is really odd. Bit of an optical illusion almost. How have they got it posed on here? Well, they've got him posed sort of leaning upwards, very sort of up, as if he's like quite menacing. But, I mean, how have they managed to do that? Because his head doesn't want to stay, unless I am missing something. But I don't want to, like, move it too much, because the head only wants to go so far. I don't think it's the leaning of him on the base either. But I don't know. I think he sort of has his own sort of action pose. There's not much you can really get from this in a way. It's a bit odd. It's a bit odd. Some of the more human-like ones, like Mewtwo, can do a lot of stuff because you can have the legs sort of posing. They've got more chunky legs, whereas this is sort of a little bit limited. The hands are all there, so you could sort of open it up a little bit and make him look as if he wants to give you a hug. But I think that sort of slouched over pose just sort of goes quite nicely. I think so. I think so. A little bit of a side tilt there. That's probably how I'd probably display him there. A little bit boring, but do you know what? I think it works. It works. I think if this wasn't a piece, if this wasn't there, it would look quite boring, which I think is a lot of the problems with the what's it called? Not Hisui? Yeah, the Hisuian version of this, but then obviously it does have the fire coming on it as well, so yeah, but when people first saw it they were like, where's the fire? But yeah, you know, overall, not too bad, not too bad. Let's have a look at the counterparts with it then. So we've got our Dragapult right here. This is when the size comparisons really do come to fruition. And then we also have the Samurott as well. So I just think they look really good. I think they're really, really something special. And when we don't actually get these as like the normal figures, and what I mean by that is the ones that are like the little small ones, basically the battle action figures. We've had a few of them featured, but just for comparison, like these ones, you know, the little Garchomp, or the little Gibble, sorry, should I say. You know, when you look at this and then this, when we had this one and then we had the Garchomp, obviously we've had the Garchomp articulated one, I believe. Have we? Yes, we did. They scale really well because you think, yeah, little small thing evolves up into this massive thing, and it does sort of work very, very well. And then, of course, you'd have the same thing. Let's not make too much of a mess, but like with the Oshawott, they scale really well. Little, small, massive. I think that works really well when you've got them, you know, together. It does work really, really cool. Do we have the Cyndaquil? We do! The Cyndaquil. Look at that. The little babies. Or the little starters at least. I think that looks really cool. Really nice. And the scale's really good as well. It just grows up. It just looks bigger, menacing. And it just looks really cool when you have them all together like this as well. But there we go. There is the lovely, the Select figure for Typhlosion, finally, from Series 4. Although we haven't reviewed these two, but you can see them right here. They all look very, very cool indeed. We'll have more of these coming up, hopefully in the next couple of weeks or so. I believe that they should be out in March, the next 3. So I'll be keeping my eyes to get those as quick as possible, and we'll probably get some videos of opening and posing all 3 of those very, very soon. But yeah, there we go. I hope you guys did enjoy this one. If you did, let me know in the comments below, and also let me know out of these 3, which one would you go with? Let me know in the comments below. But apart from that, I'll leave it here for this one, and I shall catch you guys in the next video. on the channel. I'll see you then.